I made it. Sorry for being late, guys. My goodness. You wouldn't believe it. The very last second before I came on, I was finishing up one last thing. I'd had a little more to do today than I normally had to get ready, so it took me a little longer than I thought it would. Wasn't feeling real great yesterday. It was my back. I'm doing fine today, thank goodness. Hi, Marva. Glad you could make it. Thanks for liking and sharing. I appreciate that so much. Thanks, Myra. Glad you're here. Hello. Hi, Robin. Glad you're here. Karen, glad you're here. Kathy, hi, Kathy. Let's see here. Hi, Myra. I don't think I said hi to you. I did. My Marva and Myra always have kept get your guys' names mixed up, making sure I say your name right. Hi, Crystal, or say your name. Okay, thanks for all being here. Like I said, I am so sorry to be late. It's just been a little crazy getting everything done because I'm changing up a thank you gift, and that made me have more work. I think you're really going to like the thank you gift, but I had a lot to get ready so I could show you what it's going to be. Um, let's see here. Crystal, I can't remember if I said hi to you. Hello. Hi, Christy from Indy. Glad you are here. And Crystal, yes, it is storming here. Actually, it's slowed down now. It's not storming now, but it has been today. My husband got caught in the garage. He's on vacation this week, and he was going to go deer hunting today. Too much rain, but he was in the garage and it was just pouring and he couldn't leave because it's a detached garage on the other side of our driveway. So he couldn't even get to the house there for a while. It was raining so hard. It's crazy. I think we're supposed to get some more rain Thursday and Friday, I think. So I think we're going to make up for some of the um, dry spell we've had. Yeah, Crystal, I thought Kentucky. I kind of looked at it just for a second earlier today, and not that much earlier than today, but I noticed that it was starting to, what was leaving us was going to you. So I had a feeling you'd be getting it. I was actually checking to see if it would be storming while I was doing my live, but sometimes that affects the live. But thankfully, we're doing okay. But I noticed it was coming towards Kentucky, though. Oh, Christy said did not get hail. I'm not sure if we did or not. I've been down here in my office basement. I have to ask my husband. I don't think we had any hail here either. Christy's not that far from me. She's in Indianapolis, and I'm just southwest of Indianapolis in Mooresville, Indiana. Definitely had thunder and lightning, yes. Let's see. Are we really waiting or am I having issues? Oh, no, Marilyn, I hope you are still here. I was just running way behind. Okay. I'm glad you guys are waiting. It's going, yay. I'm finally getting the comments. So you guys were commenting before I came on. Thanks, guys. Okay. So yeah, hopefully I'm on Facebook also. Hi, Patty. She just said hi from Facebook, so I think I am. Yes, I am here. I tried my best not to be late, and I even had in my email, if you get my emails, I even said 6:30 sharp. I'm like, okay, of course I write sharp down when I'm running behind. It's like, ugh. Oh, Kathy, you got hail? She lives around the Martinsville area. Robin, did you get any hail? I heard that some places did. Oh, Cheryl, you are so welcome. Cheryl's thanking me for a bunch of goodies I gave her. She's on my team. She had a really good month last month, and she helped me out with her really good month. During that great sign up uh, promo we had, she had 3 ladies sign up under her, and she had the sales, and she promoted to silver. I'm so proud of her. But her turning silver made me be able to go to Silver Elite. That was the only thing that was keeping me from getting Silver Elite. I had everything else, just needed to get somebody in my downline that was a silver. She did it. So we both got promoted last month. It was a good one. I've got 2 new recruits that signed up the very last day. I didn't think I was going to get any because the beginning of the month, if you remember, was when my dad was going through all those health things. So I wasn't able to do a lot of the stuff I wanted to do to recruit some people. So I didn't think I was going to get anybody, but I got 2 people right at the last minute. For those of you that know me, Mary Michael, and you know her, and also Diana Billsland signed up. So you 2 ladies are here. Welcome to my team. I'm glad you guys joined. Okay. Oh, Kathy. Oh, you said you got hail. You didn't get hail, Robin. Okay. But Cheryl got a bunch of goodies because she had her 3 recruits and promoting. So I just kept putting stuff in there for everything that she did last month. Okay. Hi, Anne. Oh, thanks, Anne. Appreciate that. Okay, well, I think I'm through all of the comments. Got a few more people on here. I bet you it seems like I'm usually not this late. I might be a minute or two late. This was a little later than usual, but I knew I was going to be able to get on pretty quick, so I didn't want to have to stop and do a comment letting you guys know I was going to be late because I knew I was just about ready. Oh, I got to get my phone put away. I still had it out. Okay, but I do think I have everything together. So let's see how this works. Okay, I do want to tell you one thing. I don't have any little handout to show you. We was told a couple days ago that we are having our Stampin' Up is having their first Black Friday sale. I think we've had sales before, but they just weren't technically Black Friday. So it's going to start early. It's going to start this Tuesday, uh, which is the 25th of November at midnight Mountain Time. So if you live Eastern Time, that's 2 a.m., 1 a.m. Central Time, and then Pacific Time would be 11 p.m. on the 24th. That's when the sale starts. They haven't told us what is on sale, so we are going to be totally surprised. They've even told us we have to wait till the 25th at midnight to see what's on sale. But what will be on sale will be up to 40% off. So there should be some really good deals. They haven't told us this part, but I'm sure if they sell out before or run out before the sale is over, which is December 1st, you've got a whole week. So it'll end Monday, December 1st at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. If they run out before the sale's out, then it won't be available in the sale anymore because I doubt that they'll be able to get the product before the sale is over. So it's while supplies last, you want to order as soon as you can, as soon as it starts. And I just want to make sure you guys knew about that. But that starts this Tuesday morning, real early, midnight Mountain Time. And for those of you Pacific time is just late Monday night. Okay, so I've missed a few more hellos. Oh, thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. Congratulating. Oh, yep, Robin, I knew you'd know Mary and Diana. Okay. Oh, hi, Marlene. Glad you could make it. Hi, Lan Fonace. Glad you're here. All right. Okay, I think I told you about the sale. There is also going to be a Cyber Monday thing. I need to look that up again. I can't remember the percentage off, but it's going to be past paper pumpkin kit refills that'll be on sale. And if you aren't signed up with my newsletter, I always tell the people on my newsletter list first about any sales. I'll talk about more about that later. Also, a new catalog is starting. It's going to be the not September. That's what I've been saying for the last few months. The new January to April mini catalog is starting. And I think it's like the 5th or something. I'll have to look that up. But you can get the catalog free from me when you order from me. If you place at least a $40 order, actually, if you have placed a $40 order since July 31st, then and to now, then you are good. You're on my list to get a free catalog near the end of December is when you'll receive them. If you have not placed an order from me in that time period since July 31st, and this also includes anybody in my card clubs. If you're in my card club, you get a catalog. And if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and you did it long enough that you reached the $40, you will also get a free catalog. If you have not done any of those things, you can place a $40 order before the end of the day, November 29th. And that is, once again, after you redeem any Stampin' Rewards before shipping and tax. If you do at least a $40 order, you'll get on my list to get a free catalog in December too. So you can find the link to my online store down in the video description on YouTube. Click that Learn More button on Facebook page. It's at the top of my page, and that'll have all the links I talk about throughout the video. And my online store link is there too. Okay, I want to make sure I told you that. And now it is time. Marlene, I can't remember if I said hi to you from Iowa. Glad you're here. So I've got Marlene, Myra, and Marva. Those are the three. You guys are always on, and I always have to double check and make sure I'm looking at your name right so that I say the right name. Okay. Boy, I say okay a lot, especially when I'm flustered. Let's see. I am going to go ahead. Door prize. That's what it was. And I didn't get, hold on. Let me grab the door prize quick. I knew I was forgetting something, but I always keep them really close. That way, if I do, then I can grab them again. Now, this is what I made last week. Right here, this is a fun fold card. I mailed out all the door prizes last week. If you didn't get it, let me know. I know Patty Joe said she hadn't a few days ago. Patty Joe, if you come on, I really hope that you got that by now, but let me know if you didn't. But here is the one I'm going to do here tonight. This is, let me put the door prize thing up. I hadn't got my captions up yet either. There we go. If you live in the United States and want to be part of my door prize drawing, then you want to do hashtag door prize. You've seen a few people do that already. Those are my regulars, so they know the drill. But you have to type it. If you're watching live, you have to type it in just like you see it there on the screen. Hashtag door prize, all small letters, no spaces. The reason you have to type it in just right is because the site that I use for the live is the one that pulls all the comments in for the raffle for me. But it has to be typed in just right for it to recognize it. Oh, Lynn, good. I'm glad you got your door prize. Yay. Good, Crystal. Glad you got yours too. Because I had to mail out quite a few last week. Okay. Oh, thanks, Patty. I'm glad you like this card. So everybody, okay, whoever, I can't remember who won this at the end. I think it was Janet Thompson. She was a brand new lady that hadn't watched before and she won. I mailed hers out. So hopefully she got hers. So this is going to be everybody else that watched live last week and everybody that watched the replay until noon today got in on the drawing for this, did hashtag door prize. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that wheel up. It's got all the names on it of everybody that did it. And let's see who's going to win. A lot of names on it this week. Oh, Cheryl, you're going to get some more goodies from me. Even my team gets a chance to win. And I do the wheel that way you don't think it's rigged. So congratulations, Cheryl. I'm glad you won. So I got your name on there. Okay. I've got your address. You don't have to worry about giving that to me. So that is it for that one. But the cards I'm making here tonight, let me get my pencil back over here. So I'm ready for the next door prize. Now, what will happen for tonight, I'm making 3 cards. This is my current card class at home just started today. It's the Peace on Earth bundle. And I'm so happy. I didn't know. I looked at the inventory status report and this bundle has not been available for a while because the dies had been sold out, but it was supposed to come in this week. It wasn't in yesterday. I'm like, I hope it gets in. I was notified around 3:00 this afternoon in an email. I did that nice little thing they have when something is out of stock. You enter your email address on that page and submit it, and they will send you an email as soon as it's back in stock. Well, I got that email right at 3:00 this afternoon. So this bundle is available again if you haven't gotten it yet. So if you add that to your order, you could get the card kits free that I'm for the cards I'm making tonight. You get 2 of each. I will tell you more about that here once I get done making the cards. So make sure you stay tuned so you see that. Okay, let me grab the bundle. So I'm so glad, like I said, that this bundle is back. There we go. So you will see the 3 cards. I didn't finish what I was saying about door prizes. I got excited about the bundle being back. With the door prize, for those of you that already have done hashtag door prize, you are in the drawing. If you haven't done that yet, and you live in the United States and want to win one of the cards I'm making tonight, then make sure you do hashtag door prize. Like I said, type it just like you're seeing it there if you're watching live. Replay if it's not typed in exactly the right way. I'm the one that enters all those names in that wheel that you just saw. So if it's close, I'll know what you're talking about. So I want to make sure you knew about that. But you'll see the cards as I'm making them. So the first 2 I make will be, I will draw the winners for the live near the end of the video tonight. And then the last one will be drawn for everybody else that did not win tonight and everybody watched the replay, and that'll be next Tuesday. I think I'm going live next Tuesday. That's right before Thanksgiving. So we'll see. If it doesn't happen next Tuesday, it'll happen the Tuesday after. But I'm hoping to still go live Tuesday, even if it's a recorded live. We'll see what happens. So here is the bundle. This is a different kind of bundle. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the hashtag door prize for now so you guys can see what is going on. This bundle has just a sentiment stamp set. There are no images to this. There are sentiments that you can use all year long. 2 of my cards here tonight have more Christmassy sentiments on them. I did the peace, love, and joy on the first card and the peace on earth for the second one. The last one I did actually sending heartfelt prayers. And if you wanted to make it into a Christmas card, you definitely still could. and just use one of the, either the piece, well, actually the Peace on Earth would fit really good if you wanted to change it to a Christmas card. So the bundle includes this plus these dies. So the dies actually have the images, these beautiful doves. I love the doves on this. And I'll show you 3 different ways you can make them look a little different. Plus all these, I'm actually using every single die in the set. And like I already told you which sentiments I'm using. So if you want to get the bundle, it's $38.50. That is 10% off the price that would cost you if you purchase these separately. Now, if you only want the stamp set, it's $19. And if you only want the die set, it's $24. But the best deal to get, if you want both of them, get the bundle and you save 10% and just pay $38.50. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. Now it's time to start making some cards. So this is card number 1. I love the colors in this paper. It's pecan. I probably won't remember all of them. I know there's pecan pie, misty moonlight, cloud cover, secret sea, crumb cake. I think that might be it. Secret sea, cloud cover, basic beige. That's what I was missing. So all those colors. Just a really neat color palette. So on my first card, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5 pecan pie. I'm going to grab my bone folder here. Going to line these corners up like so. Oh, hi, Kay. Glad you could make it. Just saw your hashtag door prize pop up. Now, as I said that, when I start making the cards, and even, I might have even missed some of the comments here when the hashtag door prizes start coming up. If I miss your comment and you had a question, I go back and read all of these comments on Facebook. I will just reply back to your comment if you have a question. If you're watching on YouTube and you had a question and I missed it and didn't answer it during the live, then what I need to do, the live chat goes away as soon as the live is over. I will have to answer your question down below in the regular comments of the replay. So I just want to make sure you knew about that. But once I get to making cards, I definitely miss comments. I know that for a fact. Because when I go back, I'm like, oh, I missed that one when I read them later. Okay, so I've got that folded in half. Now this one is going to be like this. I'm actually doing 2 cards with the fold on top. The first one's that way. I'm going to put that to the side. And I'll just do the one thing. There's barely any stamping, just a lot more die cutting. If I hadn't been running late, I probably would have done a little bit of die cutting ahead of time, but that's no big deal. Still not going to take that long. This is a piece of basic white, and that's one thing with my card kits. I'm telling you the sizes here in the video. The PDF, they'll have all of the sizes written down, is exclusive to everybody that orders from me that qualifies to get the card kits. Plus my team, they get my PDFs also, the exclusive ones. But you can still get, I'm giving you the sizes here throughout the video though. This one is 3 1/4 inches by 3/4 inches. I'm going to grab the Peace, Love, and Joy. I'm only using Secret Sea on all of these cards, except I am going to use a little cloud cover on the second card. You'll see that in a minute. But the actual stamping, everything's going to be done with Secret Sea. Probably my favorite blue right now. I'm going to stamp the Peace and Joy in the middle of this piece. I love photopolymer. You can see right where you're stamping. There we go. So I've got that one done. And you know what? I think that is the only thing I am stamping. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead, move this out of the way. And the reason I'm using, actually, I don't need this paper. I'm using the Stampin' Pierce mat because this is photopolymer and it does help to have that cushioning foundation underneath when you're stamping. Okay, here is my die cutting machine. If you use our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, oh, hi, Kathy Sanford. Glad you're here. I'm going to be used for die cutting. I'm going to use the base platform number 1, die plate number 2, and a standard cutting plate number 3. And this piece of basic white right here is 5.5 by 2. And this is enough for both cards. Grab my dies here. You know what? I might as well get all of these dies because, like I said, I'm using every single one. I'm going to go ahead and put them in my little dish. I think they'll be a little easier to get a hold of. Well, let's hope anyway throughout the video. So I've got this. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. So this one was the 5.5 by 2 for both cards. This is also for both cards. I know it's little. I'm actually using every single thing that's in the Peaceful Garden suite. And that's what that Peace on Earth bundle is in. So this is Peaceful Garden Glimmer Paper. They call this blue. That's just the color they have written down in the color list. I think it looks a lot like Blueberry Bushel. It's real close to Blueberry Bushel or Misty Moonlight. It's in between Blueberry Blue and Misty Moonlight. So this one is a 1.5 by 1 inch piece. The reason we just need that small one is because I'm going to use this little bitty vine here. So I can put this one here. And there's plenty of room for the second one for the second card, but I'm only going to do one since I'm making one card. I'm going to grab these 2 doves. The one I'm going to use is this one right here that has the wings coming out a little farther. You can see both wings. And I will put that on one end here. As you can see, there's plenty of room on the other side for my second one. Put this down. Okay, run this through. I don't have to do it twice. I really don't know why I just did that, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Okay, because it die cuts just fine doing the one time. At least on mine it has. Now the white, that dove is still in there. Sometimes it falls out, sometimes it doesn't. But they have these nice little handy holes that you can poke your paper piercer with take your pick tool. And that kind of just pushes it out. So there's the dove. And then I've got my little vine. Oh, it fell out really easy. See how little that is? Very small, even looks smaller than what the die, because you can see how thin it is. There we go. So I've got that ready. That's all the die cutting I had to do with this one. I'm going to put these pieces over here. And don't need this anymore. So let's put this away. I'm go ahead and put this together. These go together really fast since there's not a lot of stamping to do and just a little bit of die cutting. Oh, hi, Becky. Glad you could make it. I'm going to do, this is Misty Moonlight, 5 1/4 by 4. Oh, hi, Tracy. I just saw you pop up. I'm glad you're here. Oh, hi, Celia. Glad you could make it. Every once in a while, I remember to look up when I'm making cards. So I'm going to take this piece of Secret C. This one is 4 1/4 inches by 3 inches. And I do have a little cutting to do. I forgot. This piece is from the Peaceful Garden DSP, and DSP is Designer Series paper, in case you didn't know that. So every time you hear me say DSP, that's what I'm meaning, Designer Series paper. This is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. But I want to get 3 strips out of this. So I need them to be 1 1/4 by 2 3/4. So this is already 2 3/4. I just need to go to 1 1/4, and I'm going to use the measuring thing here. This goes up to 1.5 inches. So I'll just go to the 1 1/4. It's on the right side here. Cut that one. Do another 1 1/4. There we go. Now what I'm going to do, these 2 are going to stay like this. Actually, I might even switch them just so I have a few more doves here. And then this one is going to be turned around like so. Okay. This one, it doesn't matter because it looks the same through the whole thing. So pick your 2 favorite with the doves on it to go on the ends, and then one in the middle and turn it over. All right. So let me get this out of the way. And Debbie McCauley, I can't remember if I said hi to you. Hello. All righty. I'm going to grab this piece here. This is that Secret C I just told you about, the 4 1/4 by 3 inches. And I was looking at my measurements. I was afraid I forgot to cut something, but I did it right. I'm going to grab my seal. And I'm going to put the 2 end ones on first. Just put some adhesive on here. And I'm going to have the Secret C that's showing the border around this DSP to be about the same width. So the top and bottom and this right edge here, I've got it cut pretty even. It's a little hard to tell since this is the paper's already dark. I'm going to grab this one. Now, if you want to do all one design, you can definitely do that. You do not have to alternate like I'm doing. You could do all doves or all this color, whichever one you want to do. So I'm doing the same thing on this end, having the Secret C border around it be about the same on the top and bottom and the left. And this one is just going to go right in the middle. Get some adhesive on here. And this one will just go right in the center. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, I've got something. There we go. Showing up on my computer. I want that off of there. All right. I have to click a little something. Hopefully that'll fix. If there was a little glitch there, hopefully it'll work better. Now, when you share a picture, which is that wheel, sometimes it messes up the live. So hopefully that's going to be better. I keep forgetting to turn that off. Now I'm going to grab this Misty Moonlight piece, the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece. I'm going to attach this one right to the center. Okay. Like so. And then this beautiful ribbon that's in the suite. This is Misty Moonlight and Silver Edged ribbon. Love this ribbon. This is a 10-inch piece. This is a 14-inch piece. What I'm going to do, I'm getting everything out that you get in the kit, except you get double. Now, I've already doubled the ribbon, so we'll have that, like I said, a 14-inch piece with this one. You're going to fold this in half if you get the kits, because we want a 7-inch piece. Let me grab my scissors. Now I've got my 2 7-inch pieces, and I just need one for this card. This is a 10-inch piece. You need to fold it in half because you just need a 5-inch piece for the card. And I'm going to grab my tear and tape. I want to take the longer one, the 7-inch one, and it's going to get wrapped around the bottom right here. And you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to put this together, and you'll understand why here in just a minute. The pecan pie is the biggest. That's the one that goes on the bottom. So I want to put this on here. So this white one, like I said earlier, is 3 1/4 by 3/4 inches. The Secret C piece here is 3 1/2 by 1 inches. Put this right in the middle. Hold one end and bring it down and see if it still looks. Oh, I cut this too long. What did I do? Oh, I didn't do this one long enough. My goodness. What did I do? You know what? I need to cut this down. This is when I did too long. Oh, I sure did. I did 3 1/2. Okay, I've got it in the middle, so I think all I need to do is take 1/8 of an inch off of each one. I will make sure yours are cut the right size in your kit. I was in such a hurry trying to get this done. I didn't look at my measuring thing right. There we go. Yep, that still fits. I was afraid I had it written down wrong. So this is actually, I did tell you the right size. I just had it cut wrong. It's 3 1/4 by 3/4. Now it will fit. I'll grab my 3 1/2 by 1 inch piece of Secret C. See if we can do this again. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And now this piece of pecan pie is 3 5/8 by 1 1/8. I just wanted a narrow border of the pecan pie around this. When I was originally going to put it on here, I just thought that was a little too dark. So I'm going to put the pecan pie here. And Celia says that Secret C is her new favorite right now. Me too. I love this color, especially with the dark, this being such a dark color for Christmas and winter. You are going to see me using this color a lot. I love it. So there we go. That is all ready to go. I am going to lay this down and make sure that that looks about where I want it. And it does, because that ribbon is going to be kind of in the middle. So before I start wrapping that around, I'm going to grab my tearing tape. Oh, there's the end. I want to make the length of it to be longer than the width of the ribbon. And I don't want it just a little bit longer. I want it to be a lot longer, because if it's too close to the ribbon, it could probably pop back up again. So that's in the vicinity of where I want it. I'm not going to worry about it if it's not perfect. I want to have enough tail on each end hanging over. I will bring this over, take my tearing tape. And if I do it long enough, if I'm near a corner, I try to get as close to the corner as I can. That helps when it gets attached to the card later. Now make sure this looks straight. Kind of looking here along the DSP. That looks pretty good. Oops, it moved on me. Nope, it didn't. And now you want to make it tight enough, or taut. You don't want it too tight to where it makes the paper bow. And look, this time I didn't get right to the corner. That's okay. I can add a little adhesive if I want to. But there we go. Now that that is wrapped around, I am going to grab my seal again. Let's put some here. I always make sure, you don't have to. I know a lot of people do it differently. I like to make sure I have adhesive in the corners. That one's close in the corner. I'm not going to worry about it. That should be good. Now I'm going to take, first push down this tear and tape, make sure it's on there really good. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to go, I don't want to go all the way to the end of the tear and tape, and I don't want to go too close to the rib, and kind of go in the middle and kind of just lightly jiggle it, and that loosens up the paper backing so it comes off so you don't take the adhesive off with it. There we go. You want the paper backing not to stick to your finger though. Okay, make sure the fold is on the top. Make sure your doves are going the right direction. And this is going to go right here in the middle. And now I want to grab my sentiment. I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to use black. If I can find them to, ooh, I don't have enough on here. You know what? I'm going to use the edges. I'm going to put one in each corner. Here. And I'm going to grab my scissors. I'm going to cut some of these here on the edge. I use the borders up. I'm sure a lot of you do that too. If you didn't know you could, you can, because these are just like the dimensionals. But the one thing is, this is all one big piece that's attached, and it's easier to cut them while they are still on the paper backing. If they're off, it'll start sticking to your scissors, and it just gets to be a big mess. So it's a little easier to do it while it's still on the paper. I'm going to take one of these off, put it down here, and this one right here. And you could put a couple in the middle. You know what? I think I might. I'm not going to put, I don't want to put one in the middle because it's going to be on the ribbon and it probably won't attach very well. My goodness, I didn't know I got the my brush also. So I'm going to take a couple of these half ones. Put one there. And put one here. And that ribbon will go around across the middle. So scooping these up with my Take Your Pick tool. And I can throw all these away. And this will just go right over the ribbon. I'm going to center it left and right. Put right over the ribbon. I'm just going to tap it down in case I need to move it. Nope, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put that down. I'm going to bring in, you know what, I'm going to grab my silicone craft sheet quick. Grab my dove and my little bitty vine here. And the easier way to put this on the way I'm putting it on, if you were to put this just behind the, which you can definitely do, if you want to put it behind the dove, then just put some adhesive on the back of the dove's head and you can stick that on like so. But I'm going to kind of have it go like this. So what I'm going to do, turn it over and grab my multi-purpose glue. And I'm just going to put a little small dot. This is why I got my crafting sheet out. Oh, wait a minute. This one's the one that's about, oops. Okay, this is what you do when that happens. Kind of tap it off. I got a little too much. But I can still use this glue. So I'm just going to tap it. There we go. Take off any excess because I don't want it to ooze out. How many has that happened to? When your glue bottle's about out, it has an air bubble, too much comes out. All right, now I'm going to bring in my little dove here, making sure I don't get it in the glue. And I kind of wanted the little beak to go over the vine. There we go. And there's still glue on there. Now what I will do, I'm going to put little dimensionals, and with the black you get mini dimensionals. I'm going to put them right here on the body. And let's see, this one, it's actually looks like it's on the left when you've got it turned over. I'm going to put a little one right there. I don't want any on here because it's going to be kind of on top of this a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about put adhesive. You can if you want to, but this should hold it just fine. Like so. I still have that little bit of glue on that vine, so it's going to help that stay attached to the card. Yeah, I did get the adhesive off. And now this is going to go on here. I'm going to angle it a little bit. There we go. I'm going to tap that top of that vine. So I don't want that. It is so delicate. I don't want that coming off. So I'm okay with that going down a little bit. There we go. So that's how I did the dove on this one, just doing it the plain old white. I did get a little glue on there. I will take my adhesive. If you have, we don't sell these anymore. I'm gonna have to play. There we go. If the glue is just tacky, you can get it to come off with the adhesive remover. You can find these on Amazon. There we go. So now I've got the little adhesive I had on my dove off of there. And what else did I do? Oh, yes. I want to take the little strip of the ribbon. Oh, there it is. This is a 5-inch one. I'm going to tie this in a single knot. I could thread it under here if I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get it to go the right direction. Sometimes when you do that, it'll kind of twist and not go the way you want it to. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a glue dot. Oh, thanks, Kathy. I'm glad you're liking the card. And I'm going to take the knot in the ribbon, squeeze it onto that glue dot really good. And this one, I'm actually going to attach it to the cardstock. It's going to look like it's on the ribbon, but I want it attached to the cardstock because if it's attached to the ribbon, it might fall off later. And then I'm going to cut these ribbon ends at an angle. I'm actually going to hold on to the knot and then tug on those tails so that way they go the direction I want them to. And I cut these ends so they're even, but doing it at an angle. Okay, I love that ribbon. And last but not least, if you get the kits, you will get 2 full rows. This is mine. You can tell I've used most of them up. Plus some of them are cut because I did a product share a few months ago. I am using the cloud cover ones. Now the colors are, actually, let me show you this first kit. If you get the kits, you're going to get 2 full rows of these. So that's what 2 full rows look like. But there's white, cloud cover, Misty, Moonlight, and Secret Sea. You can use whatever you want. There's actually one card I ended up not using any, so you're going to have a lot left over. But on this one, I decided to use the cloud cover, and I used 1 large and 2 small. So I'm going to grab a large one here. And where did I put that? Oh, yeah, I put it right over here. And I forgot with these are kind of flat, which is good. But sometimes with the putty, when they're flat like sequins, I think it's a little easier to grab it with your paper piercer on here. And I'm going to put a small one right there. And then grab another small one. And I will put it down here. And oh, the inside of the card. My goodness, I forgot to do that. And I was so happy I thought of this. I need to grab the die cutting machine again. So there's the front all done. Since there are no images, I was trying to come up with different ways. Like 2 of the cards I just put on, make sure I'm remembering right. Yes. Put on a strip of the DSP that I used on the front of the card. That's a good way to do the inside. But I want to do something different on this one. So the inside here, this basic white 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to grab that same dove that I used. I keep grabbing the ribbon pieces. And I'm going to put this one down here in the bottom corner. You can put it down with tape if you want to, if you're worried about it moving. If it doesn't move much, I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. That's perfect. I'm going to hold this down, though, until it gets under here. Then I know it's not going to move anymore. Now I'm done die cutting with this card. I totally forgot this part. And now I'm going to take the dove out. There we go. I originally thought about that this could just be the dove for the front of the card, but I didn't like how this looked with the pecan pie. Let me show you. If you want to do this, you definitely can. This is my original thinking. You can definitely do that if you want to save on cardstock, but I liked this better. I'm going to grab some seal. This is going to get attached to the inside of the card. Make sure I definitely want to get some around the corner there. And I'm going to put a little bit here around the opening of the bird. Okay, there is the front of the card. So open it up. This is going to go in like so. There we go. And then I'm going to take this, turn it over. You can use glue or you can use the seal like I am. I'm going to put it on a little more than I normally would because I don't want it popping back out again. I'm just going to put this right back in there. There we go. So just have a nice little subtle inside. And then you can write in whatever you want to on the inside. That gives you the detail of, I thought the detail of the dove looked a lot better. The outline of it is fine with the pecan pie, but I'd like to be able to have a little more detail. That's why I put the die back in. There we go. So there's card number 1 for the class. Oh, hi, Candy. I'm glad you could make it. Thanks, Anne. Oh, hi, Ruth. Just saw your hashtag door prize. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad you guys are liking the card. Oh, hi, Cookie. Oh, you've been losing power, Cookie? Uh-oh. Are you guys having storms down there in Florida? Hope not. Stay safe. Hope your husband's doing better, too. Okay, so there we go. There is that. And I'm going to grab card number 2 for the class. Oh, thanks, Christy. Glad you like it. Marilyn saying, these devs are so peaceful. We'll be able to make all kinds of cards. You are so right with these weddings, sympathy, Christmas, so many things. This set is a keeper. I love it. Okay, so here's this one. And any of these cards, actually, well, the peace, love, and joy, there's not another greeting that would probably fit in that. Let me look at that. Well, no, all the best in your new adventure, that would probably fit in there. So you've got 2 different choices for this card, this one or this one. And the other cards, you can pick whatever sentiment that you want to in it, because you're going to use the labels that are in the die set. All righty. So the card base for the second card. Let's see. Celia says she loves the dove on the inside. Yeah, I was kind of happy. Thank you. She said, great idea. What I was originally going to do wasn't working. I thought, well, let's see what it looks like with the dove back in there. I'm like, oh, that's it. All right. Oh, and Candy, I missed that. I just saw Cheryl. Oh, actually, Candy did do it again, Cheryl. She's good. I just saw that she's typed it in twice, and the second time she typed it in right. So you're good, Candy. Okay. So I'm going to do Misty Moonlight. It's 5.5 by 8.5, but thanks for noticing that, Cheryl. I love it when you guys help each other out, because I almost missed that too. I didn't see the first one. All right, so I'm going to fold this in half. Oh, thanks, Marlene. I'm glad you like the dove inside too. Oh, I love the paper too, Cheryl. It is so pretty. Now, this is going to be the only card where I'm going to have the fold on the left. It's the last one will be on the top, like the first one. Let's see, what all do I need here? I need to die cut before I do any stamping this time. So this big 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece is for both cards, and it will do the doves. And then there's one more white piece. Here, let me just show you all, if you get the card kits. The medium-sized one is for the inside of the card, so put that to the side. This one is for the doves. This is the big one is for the doves. This one is for the labels that need to be die cut. Like I said, I need a die cut before we're going to be stamping, so go ahead and get the big one if you have the kits, if you watch this later. Then the smallest basic white, then the Secret Sea piece. And we need this Misty Moonlight piece, so the one that's not the card base. And, I need lots of stuff. So let's just say the only things you don't need to keep for die cutting is that medium-sized basic white, this embossed piece of cloud cover, and these 2 small DSP. Actually, there should just be one in a kit. You have 2, of course, in your kit, and one of the small ones. So these are the only ones that do not need die cut. So grab all of these. My card base out of the way. Bring this back in. Just set up just like I did earlier. Oh, there we go. Now, I think I'm going to do some of the bigger pieces. Here, I can do 2 of these. Always try to do as many pieces as I can so I don't have to run it through. It goes a lot faster that way. So this is a piece of the Peaceful Garden DSP. It is 5 by 4. And there are 2 label dies in the bundle. I need the big one. And there'll still be plenty to do another one on the other side, other end. And I'm going to put this a little bit of an angle. This long straight side, I don't want that to go in here straight. It works a lot better if not a big wide thing goes in at the same time. Sometimes it doesn't die cut very well and also bends the die. So put that a little bit at an angle. This is a piece of the Peaceful Garden Glimmer Paper. It's 2 by 1.5. They call this soft green. I cannot make that for the life of me green. Maybe a little bit, but I think it looks like cloud cover. That's the color I would have put on it. So I'm just always think of it as cloud cover, but it says soft green in the pack. And I'm going to be doing, oh yes, this die here. This one has 3 little star type things. So on this one, I'm actually not, this is the card I told you about. I'm not using those Hues of Blue Flowers. That's what, I think I told you the embellishment name yet, because I thought I'm making my own embellishments with these. So I'm going to put it at an angle just a little bit to make sure I get them on good. But there's plenty of room, as you can see, for the second card. And I'll go ahead and run this through. Yeah, I think all the other pieces are too big, so we'll just do this together. I'm just making sure they stay on the paper. And as you notice, that label looks a little crooked, but it's okay because the leaves are going every which way, so it doesn't matter if it's not totally straight. So I've got this one here. And then this one, I've got 3 little stars. I need to get a new cutting pad over here because they're starting to stick. There's that one. Oh, there's the other one. It was still on the paper. So I have 3 of those. Those in my little dish so I don't lose them. And then, okay, put that to the side. I'm going to grab this big piece of Misty Moonlight. This is I do believe, 5.5 by 4.25. Yes, the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to grab the largest of the label dies, again, like I did with the DSP, and put it in an angle a little bit. So this one's going to be enough for both cards. Once again, I'm giving you plenty. Because you can also substitute, if you get these card kits, but you don't want to get the Peace on Earth bundle, you can use whatever bundle you have, and then you just use the cardstock to do the die cutting and stamping. And with the kits, I do not do any of the die cutting that's part of the featured bundle, but I do all the embossing. And this time I did not use any dies. They're not in the bundle, so I won't be doing the die cutting, but I will do all the embossing for you. I take that back. No, that's right. So I will just do the embossing with these kits. But there is that large label. So we've got 2 of the large labels in the DSP and the Misty Moonlight. Put that to the side for my second card. Now I've got, let's see if I can do both of these. I might be able to. Yep, there we go. This is a piece of Secret Sea. It's 4.25 by 3.25 for both cards. And this is basic white. That is 4.25 by 3.75. So this one is going to be the small label. Kind of angle that a little bit. This one is going to be, what did I do this one for? Oh, yes. The long vine die. Almost forgot. And you need 2 of these for each card. So you should be able to get 4 out of this one. Then put that close to the edges to make sure I definitely have enough. Well, if it'll quit moving. And since it's moving a lot, I am going to put a piece of tape. There we go. I'll just do 1, though, just to keep it close. Put this on another standard cutting plate on top. Run this through. Oh, Cheryl, you have to make 100 cards for Christmas. Yeah, that's probably close to what not quite 100, but I do have close to that. That's one thing, though. When I make cards for classes and things like that, I do hold on to them, so that kind of cuts down on how many I need to make for Christmas. Okay, there we go. So I've got this one. I'll need another one, so I'm going to keep the Secret Sea piece out. And I only need 1 label, so there's the small label. So that goes to the side. So I might as well put that back in. Oh, this is way too big, so I'll hold off on that. So I'll just go ahead and do another one. Yeah, there's plenty of room. I thought so. I usually try to give you more cardstock than I know that you're going to need. Not a ton more, but a little more. These would make awesome. I can't see the whole thing. Let me pick that up. Shaker bits. You are so right. I totally agree, Cheryl. Sometimes I have to show your comment because I can't see it all because I've got a thing on the screen covering it up. There we go. Get that in here. So that's for the second card. Done with that one. Then I'm going to grab this half sheet. This is for both. This is more than enough. But you're going to be doing 2 doves with this one. To be honest, I don't know why I'm giving you that much, but I'm going to still do it because that's what I'm telling you. There's really no reason to give you that much. So we've got these here. I bet the original size I wrote down was enough for both cards. There we go. Put this in. I could probably actually give you half of this, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Would probably be fine. You know what? That is what I need to give you. I wrote the wrong size down. So it will be a 4 1/4 by, oops, you aren't going to get a full half sheet. And that will make it easier because then you can put that Misty Moonlight piece in plus this one here. So I'm actually going to give you a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That will be plenty. So you can tell that would still give me plenty of room for 2 more doves. So you don't need a full half sheet. So there is that dove. I had dies fall places. Where'd the other one go? Oh my goodness. I hate it when that happens. Well, there's one dove. Put that down. I bet if I lift this up, I'll find it. Sometimes it goes. If you guys are seeing it, let me know. That is strange. Well, you know what? No, I need the die to be able to die cut again. Let's see here. I'm going to watch your comments. There's always this big delay. If you guys saw where my dove went when I went through that, let me know. Oh, there it is. Stuck to my standard cutting plate. I forgot to check that out. That happens a lot. All right, now I'm going to grab take your pick tool and get this one out because it was still in there. I do the middle one of one of these. There's the other one. Okay. And I'm looking at my little sheet, make sure I'm remembering everything. So I've got my 3 labels that I need, my 2 doves, and these 2 things, and those 3 little ones. So, yep, that's everything I need. So I'll get this out of the way. All right. Ooh, I got getting a lot of adhesive on my glass mat. All right, now I'm going to hurry up and do some stamping. Grab this. I'm going to grab the small white label. Oh, I don't need that paper backing from the dimensional, though. I'm going to grab the Peace on Earth and my Secret Sea ink pad. And I'm going to stamp this right here in the middle of the label. Okay. And I might as well get all the inking done. So now I'm going to grab, and I forgot, I could definitely do this on my glass mat and clean it off later, but I forgot once again, since I was running behind, to get the little chamois that comes with this wet. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on here. Actually, I don't need that. And put this down. I could wipe this off, but I don't have anything to wipe it off with right now, and I don't want ink on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab both of the doves. And we do not have, like this is a Secret Sea, we do not have a cloud cover ink pad. They had come out with one. This has happened twice that I can remember, and since I changed the pads years ago. I mean, we've had this actual outside case probably not a real long time, but this ink pad, the actual ink pad changed like probably 10 years ago. I'd have to look that up. And sometimes it doesn't work. The chemical mix or whatever does not work. And the cloud cover ink, they actually had some of these out at Onstage last year for us when we were making cards. So a couple of us just stamped to see if it would work. It turned this ugly gray color. It wasn't even close to the pretty cloud cover color. But our Stampin' Spots have the old ink. Let's see if I can get this open. The old hard ink pad, like the Memento pad. So the ink still works with that pad. So if you get a pack of the uninked Stampin' Spots, there are like 6 of them in there, and then buy the cloud cover refill, you can make your own ink pad. There's also, and this is the way I did it, I can't remember the name of it. It's at the front part of the annual catalog. There are 2 sets of Stampin' Spots, and one of them had cloud cover. And I wanted the other Stampin' Spots too, so I went ahead and got that, and which already had the ink pad for me, and then I just add ink to it whenever it needs it. But I'm going to grab my blending brush. Get a little ink on there. And I'm going to lightly put some on here. So this is another way you can do the doves if you don't want. I just did just a plain white dove in the last one. This one I'm going to add a little ink, cloud cover ink, to the edges mainly. I might even lift it up because this ink pad might need re-inked again. And then I will bring up, yeah, that looks pretty good. So here's the difference. There's that one's inked up and that's just the white one. Hopefully you can see that. Sometimes it doesn't show up very good in the live. Let me get some more ink and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Do it mainly on the wings. You can do it on, I did actually get a little bit on the head and that actually looks pretty good. So I might even do the head just a little bit. But you definitely want to do, I'm keeping the center part of his body white. There we go. And there's a little blue on it, the cloud cover. All right. So my doves are ready. I need to grab the big Misty Moonlight label and my piece on earth. I'm going to attach this one to the center of the Misty Moonlight one. Right there in the middle. Okay. I'm going to grab my card base. Might as well get the inside done. I'm going to grab this small piece of the same DSP that did the large label. This is a 4 by 3/4 inch. It's going to go along the bottom of the inside piece, which is basic white 4 by 5 1/4. Get some adhesive on here. And I used to always go all the way to the bottom, but I've gotten to where I like having a little bit of the white showing along the bottom. You can do whichever you want. And it looks like my DSP is a little bit too long, so I'm going to turn that over. I covered up my scissors. Oh, there they are. That's one nice thing having this little, I got this little thing from a friend of mine, Tanya Deerling. She's with Wonder Basement. She's also a demo. I saw my little charm sticking out and I was able to see the scissors better. There we go. So there's the inside of the card. Go ahead and put that in before I cover it up and lose it. This right in the center. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cloud cover. And I use the embossing folder that is in the suite. Let me grab it so I can show it to you. This is called Peaceful Greenery. It's a little hard to see, but that is the image and it's right here. What I did, I just centered it because this is a little small. Well, actually, it is just big enough to fit this whole thing in, but you'll have it right along the edges. But if you get my card kits, then you'll already have this embossed. And I love how this label is right in the middle. You can tell, probably tell that it's the same shape as these labels. It is the same size as the large one. So I could put the small one in the middle and then would have like a cloud cover border around it. But I wanted to have the large one in there. But what I did, instead of putting this across here, like I said, this card is going to be up and down. I'm going to put DSP there. I saw somebody else do this and I thought it was so cool. Saw a few people do this. I'm going to put this DSP right here in the middle, so it's going to fit perfectly in that opening in the embossing. Get right there in the center. And you're still going to see the embossed shape of this label on there, which is pretty cool. Gives you a nice little border. Now put this back in place. I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. So I'm trying to think how I did this completely. Okay. I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to grab another packet, see if I've got another pack over here. I'm running out of my black dimensionals. There we go. That's got some full-sized ones. I always bring my cart over in case I run out during a video. So I'm going to grab a black dimensional. I'm going to put one on each end. The reason I had to think a little bit is because we're going to put some of these vines underneath it. I think it's easier to attach this and then do that. So I've got one on each end and then one in the center, top and bottom. I don't want them in the corners, or at least two of these corners, because I'm going to be putting stuff in underneath there. But that should hold it on just fine. Get my Take Your Pick tool. Actually, I'm going to put this on next. I'm not using any ribbon on this card. It's the only card I didn't use that pretty ribbon. This will just go on. Kind of look and see which way. I guess that's good. Like I said, the leaves are going every which way, so it really doesn't matter. Put that right in the center of the card base. I'm going to take the paper backings off of this one. Scoop these off. Oh, hi, Deidre. Glad you could make it. Happy Tuesday. And this is going to go across the middle, like so. So I've got a little bit of that DSP peeking out. There we go. So isn't that cool? I love that. So I'm put that there. I'm going to grab my silicone mat again. I've still got some glue there, but it's starting to dry, so I don't think I'm going to use that anymore. I'm going to put some glue there. I'm going to grab my other glue bottle because that one, I'm taking this one out, throwing it away. I keep forgetting to, so it's going to be taken out right now. So I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to do it on all the leaves. I'm going to mainly do it on these top ones, though, because those are going to be the ones sticking out. These down here are going to be underneath the label. So this is just going to go tucked in. I'm going to bring it down and kind of angle it a little bit. I want to make sure that leaf does not go over the edge of the card base. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to push it down. Make sure there's you put pressure on there. That way that glue soaks in there and it sticks really good. Now I'm going to grab the other one. I just learned with the small pieces, just put small dots on the leaves. You don't have to make a little strip, just do little dots. And that should be just fine. Okay, I'm going to turn this over until I didn't bother with the stem. The leaves will hold it on. Now this one's going to go on the opposite diagonal corner. So it's not showing up that much, but just enough to really make this look neat. So hold that down, put pressure. And it's kind of nice not having dimensionals here in the corners too this way. I can push down and put pressure on the bottom part that's underneath there. Oh, hi, Tina. Glad you could make it. Okay. That is on. I will need that glue, so I'm going to hold on to that. Now I'm going to grab these beautiful doves. And I have to think how I did this again. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be putting, now this one is going to go here on the top. So the body part doesn't need to have any, isn't going to have dimensional. So I'm going to put a little bit of seal there. Then I'm going to grab, since the colors on here are a little lighter, I'm just going to use my white dimensionals. I'm going to use the, you know what, I don't need the minis. I'm going to use my regular ones. You can still use the black ones. They are going to work just as well. But I know these wings are going to be popped up a little bit because they're going to be hanging off of this. And I want them to be the same. Since this is raised up, I need the wings to be raised up too. So that looks, just those right there should be plenty. I'm going to take the paper backings off. And this dove is going to go at a little bit of an angle. Make sure you don't cover up the piece. And make sure the wings don't go over the edge of the card base. There we go. So the dimensionals are up here, and the little bit of adhesive here is having it attached to the label. Now with this one, this wing here is going to be going on here. I'm not going to put adhesive on here because I kind of liked popping this up just a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure on the body, I am going to use small ones on the body. You can definitely still use like one of the big ones, or you can cut one of the big ones in half. That would work just as good. So I'm going to put 2 here on the body. I'm going to turn this over. So it's this wing here. I need dimensionals on. So I'm going to grab another regular sized one and put it on the smaller wing. And this one, like I said, I'm not going to put anything on it. Get the paper backings off of here. And then this one is just going to go at an angle like this. A little bit like so. Put those on, and then I can kind of flick the wing up a little bit. And this one, if you want to flick it up a little bit, you can do the little kind of like feathers that are on the wings, and those can kind of come up a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not using the bling, the Hues of Blue Flowers. I'm going to bring in these little pieces that I die cut from that, what I'm calling cloud cover glimmer paper in the Peaceful Garden Glimmer Paper. You could definitely use, I'm going to turn them all over now. you can use a glue dot because that would fit. I'm still going to use my glue just because when I put it on here, they're kind of small, and if they're not straight like I want them to, if I have a glue dot, it is stuck and I can't move it. While the glue is still wet, I can move it a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. If it's too much, I can take off a little bit like I've done before. And I'm going to put this one over here. And I can kind of move it a little bit while it's still wet. Then I'm going to put pressure on it. Once you put that pressure on, it's not going to budge. Put a little bit of glue on here. Ooh, that was still a little bit too gloppy. There we go. I love my craft sheet. This one, I actually put it there, but that's not looking right. My leaves are a little different, so I'm going to put it down here. That looks pretty straight, so put pressure on that. And then last but not least, now if you want to add any of those flowers, if you make these kits go, cards go right ahead. And I like this one on the label because you will have leftovers. Like I said, I'm only using a few of them on these cards, and you'll get 2 full rows if you get the card kits. But there we go. I just thought that looked perfect. I was going to add some more of those flowers, but I really like the way that turned out, so I didn't add any more. I just love those little stars on there with that glimmer paper. So there's card number 2. Like I said, very little stamping, but there are pieces to put together. So there we go. Now this next one is more of a, it's not a Christmas one. But like I said, you can definitely use one of the other sentiments if you want to make it Christmas. Thanks, Christy. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Myra. Thanks, Tina. Glad you guys are liking it. Okay, so I've got Secret C card base this time. So I did a pecan pie. I did a Misty Moonlight. Now I'm doing a Secret C. 5.5 by 8.5 again. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half and get it ready for when I'm ready for it. Get my bone folder. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad you like it. Thanks, Patty. And Patty Joe, thank you so much. I know I say this a lot, but I only say it when I mean it. I really had fun making these. I couldn't wait for this class. I just kept waiting and waiting for the bundle to get back in stock. And when it was, I'm like, yes, I can do a class for it. So there's the card base, So you're going to, if you get the kits, you'll see a big piece. The 2 big pieces are for your card base. The one medium-sized one, that is going to be for the labels I'm going to be die cutting here in a minute. So this is a 4.25 by 5.5 inch piece. We'll put that over to the side for now. So it'll be die cut. Actually, yep, I'm going to do die cutting before I do any stamping again. So I'm going to get these out of the way. Well, I might as well get the ribbon ready though. There's going to be one 14-inch piece in the kit. Once again, we need a 7-inch. Oh, thanks, Anne. I'm glad you like the second card. Okay. And I don't think I said anything. So Cookie and Celia and Ruth, I'm glad you like it too. So I'm going to once again fold this 14-inch piece in half. Cut it. And I just need the 7-inch for one card, and that'll be for the second card. So that is ready. Now I'm going to get my die cutting machine out. There we go. And I have to look at my paper here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that Secret C piece. This is the one that is 4.25 by 5.5. It is going to be the largest label die. Don't know if I can get, I don't think I can get any other, well, yes, I can get this little piece in there. So I'm going to angle this a little bit. And then there is a die that has 2 envelopes. You only need one, but since it die cuts 2, you can use the second one for your second card. So that's just going to go, this piece is covered sky. I'm sorry, covered, I can't talk anymore. Cloud cover, kept saying the wrong order. It's a 5.5 by 3/4 inch piece. It's for enough for both cards. We'll be using stamping a sentiment on this later. Put these down, get these die cut. This over. Oh, hi, Anna Marie. I'm glad you're here. This is the last card, but you can come watch the replay here. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can come back to, I'm sorry, you were watching on Facebook. You can watch the replay again later. You've got 30 days to watch it on Facebook before they take it down. YouTube, it's there forever. If you can't find it on Facebook, then go to my YouTube channel. It's Create with Christy. There's also a link to it up in the under the Learn More button on my Facebook page, and click on that and go to my let's see, I think it's called Free Card Class at Homes. That's the playlist name, and you can find them all there. So there's that. That's the largest label. Then got my 2 envelopes. And like I said, I only need 1, but I'll save the second one for the other card. And this is going to go to the side. I'll be stamping on that here in a little bit. Then I need this piece. Now this one is from that Peaceful Garden Glimmer Paper. There are 3 colors, and I'm using all 3, so you'll get to see a sampling of all of them. Like I said, the first one is called Blue, but I think it's like in between Blueberry Bushel and Misty Moonlight. The second one, they call it Soft Green. I think it's Cloud Cover. This one they call Dark Gray, which it could be dark gray, but I think it passes for Secret Sea. So this piece is 4x2, enough for both cards. This time I'm going to have a glittery dove. So I used both of them on the second card. I used this one alone on the first card, so I thought this one needs to have a time to be by itself too. So I put this one here. Oh, Anna Marie is in Arizona. It's hard, especially when I'm putting down 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and you're probably you're either Mountain Time or Pacific. I can't remember what Arizona is. Time zone can mess you up. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. What else do I need to die cut? Oh, yes. This piece of basic white, this one is 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. That's enough for both cards. You know, I'm going to put it like this. This one doesn't have to be at an angle, but this one I wanted an angle because I'm going to be using the small label die. I'll use the big one on the Secret Sea piece. Kind of want to go in an angle. Actually, it doesn't matter if I'm going this way, does it? Because it's already just got that little hump going in first. So just as long as that big, long edge is not going in first, I don't need to worry about going at an angle. Okay, put this slowly down. Make sure the dies are still on the paper. I will run this through. Things are wanting to stick to that standard cutting plate. There we go. There's the label. And here is my glittery dove. So this is another way you can do your doves. They don't have to all just be plain white. All right, I do believe, oh, no, I got the envelope already. Yep, that's everything. It needs to be die cut, so now I can put this away. Sometimes I have to talk myself through it to make sure I'm remembering everything. All right, I'm going to bring in, well, there's the card base. I'll still put that to the side. This is a piece of basic beige, 4 by 5 1/4, and I use that same embossing folder I just showed you a minute ago, Peaceful Greenery. This one right here. This is also part of the Peaceful Garden suite. I can't remember if I told you this. The suite is in the September to December mini catalog. You can find it in there and see everything pictured. You can also find it in my online store. Just type in the search engine Peaceful Garden Suite, and it'll come up. There's also a page with all of the products in there. If you don't want to buy just the suite, go click on menu, then go to a shop, and then scroll down to the long list that pops up, and you'll find, or shop products, I think it says. Then you can find product suites, click on that, and then you can find Peaceful Garden on that list. And that will bring up a whole page that shows all the individual things too, if you just want to buy individual products in the suite. So this is 5 1/4 by 4, basic beige. I can't remember if I told you that. And now, piece of the Peaceful Garden DSP. This is a 5-inch, is it 5? Yeah, 5-inch by 2-inch. Yes, so 5-inch by 2-inch. So many pretty designs in this. I had trouble narrowing it down to which ones I wanted to use. And I'm going to put this. Oh, thanks, Becky. I'm glad you like it. So I'm kind of centering it up at the top. So the border of the basic beige is the same on the sides and the top. I'm going to grab that 7-inch piece of ribbon that I cut a minute ago, because I had that 14-inch piece that I cut in half. I'm going to grab my tear and tape. It's always hard to find the end. There we go. Get some tear and tape off here. Make sure it's longer than the width of the ribbon, in case you weren't here earlier when I said that. And I'm going to wrap this along the bottom of the DSP. Actually, when you look at this, you can see the little humps on the end of the label. I'm covering those up, but still make sure. So if you see a little bit of the hump, that's okay. Make sure you don't have a gap of basic base showing. You just want to see the DSP at the top. I'm going to make sure I've got this end looking. I've got enough tail on each end hanging over. So now I'm going to concentrate on this end. That looks like it's in the right spot. Fold it over. Put some tear and tape on there. And then I will wrap this one around and make sure it looks straight. It looks like it's about the right spot. Wrap this around. And put the tear and tape there. Okay. And now that is on there, I can put this on the card base. So I'm going to put adhesive in places where the tear and tape is not. You want to put one in the middle, you can do that too. Make sure that tear and tape is pushed down good. Go in between the end and the ribbon. Gently jiggle. And that paper backing comes right off. Put that over here. Now, right here, I am getting part of the embossing, and I can tell the adhesive's coming up, so I'm going to push it down again. Now I'm going to go here on the other side. See if I can get, there we go. Sometimes when it's got embossing in the cardstock, you might get underneath the adhesive where the embossing is at, but that's where you can fix that. Okay, I want the DSP to be on top. Make sure the fold is on top. And you put this right in the center of the card base. Okay. Now, I've got a little stamping to do. Let me grab my silicone mat again. I'm going to grab this piece of cloud cover I had. That's what I did the envelopes out of. I am going to grab the sending, the little bitty stamp, sending stamp. Oh, there it is. Get my secret C. Because like I said, all the stamping is just done with the secret C on these cards. And I'm just going to stamp it on here. The reason that I'm not worrying about it, I wanted this to be really narrow and small, and it would have been really hard to have a really small piece. So I'm going to do some cutting. So I'm going to cut right next to the G, making it straight. Okay. Then, now you can use your cutter if you want to, because it's so narrow, and because it's so narrow, people aren't going to notice if you don't cut it exactly straight. But what I'm doing, I'm looking at my blade, and if that looks straight across the sending, then I start cutting without moving the scissors. So I straighten the scissors before I start cutting. I'm going to go on this end. Try to keep that straight. And then do the same thing here. Get my blade straight with the bottom of the sending. There we go. So now I've got a nice little narrow sending. And I've got plenty of cardstock left over to do another sending for my second card. All right. Now, what else do I need to do? Oh, yes. Grab the white label. I'm going to use the last stamp I'm using tonight. This is the one that says Heartfelt Prayers. Ink this up with the Secret C ink. Oh, Jan, I do too. I love this DSP. It is gorgeous. Now with this one, I'm going more to the right. I'm not going right in the center up and down. It's going to be more down here at the bottom. So I'm actually, the Heartfelt is going to line up with the top of this hump that's here on the side. Make sure it's straight and get my microphone out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Because the first time I stamped this, I didn't stamp it very straight when I was making my card. Not too bad. There we go. So it's over to the right, and you can tell that Heartfelt is kind of lined up with the hump right there. All righty. Might as well put it on the big label. So grab the big label, the Secret C. I don't need this anymore because I'm not stamping anymore. This is going to go in the center of the label. Okay. Pretty good. Now, I put that on dimensionals. Hold on, I need to look at my original here. Yes, I did. You'd think I would remember this is the last card I made last night. So I'm going to turn this over. This is dark because I'm going to use my black dimensionals. Now, I am not putting anything on the, or tucking anything under it this time. So I'm going to put one in each corner here. You can put some here on the ends, but I think it's going to be fine. Now you need to take your pick tool, because that's right. These little end humps are going to be on the ribbon, so that's going to kind of support it. So it really doesn't need to be a dimensional there. So you just have one in each corner. Get those paper backings off. And this, oops, I almost put it on upside down. I want to get this centered. It's going to be covering up the label. It's not going to line up with the label, the part of the center of the embossing. Don't worry about that. That's kind of why I covered up those side humps here with the ribbon. I didn't want this right in the middle. I wanted it down a little bit because I'm going to be putting my dove up here, and I wanted a little more room for it. So what I'm going to do, I am going to center, because the ribbon is even below center too. I'm remembering right. So it's kind of, yes, it is, because if I put it right on that label, it's up a little bit higher. I just want to bring it down. So those humps are going to be kind of centered on that ribbon. Like so. I'm barely putting it down because I want to make sure it looks straight. Not too bad. I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. So that is on. I'm going to grab my little bitty sending. Because it is so narrow, I'm going to put glue on it again because it's narrower than my seal. I don't want to have any of the seal coming across the edges of it to the front. Put things upside down. And then this is just going to go towards the right, all the way actually to the right above. And I kind of like the glue too because I can get it straightened up. There we go. Now I'm going to put the pressure on. So there we go, sending heartfelt. I could have just stamped that on the white, and you can do that yourself, but I kind of liked having a little bit of color to that. I thought it looked a little better that way. And the reason I didn't pop it up with dimensionals is because I had already popped this up. And if I want to mail something, I try to keep only one layer popped up. That way it doesn't get too fat for mailing. That accordion card that I made last week, that one I had to put some extra postage on because it was a little too thick. So there we go. We've got this. Let me see. What else do I want to do here? Let me grab those are dimensionals. I thought I had a cardstock I forgot to do something with. Here is this. I do need this again. I'm going to grab one of the envelopes. And I'm going to just put, I could do a seal also, but I'm just going to put a little glue here on the head. And find where the little beak is at. And then I want it to look like it's a little carrier pigeon. And it's holding the envelope. Put my pressure on there. There we go. So now my little envelope is on there. And this is going to be going on here. So the body, I just want seal or glue, whichever one you want to do. I'll go ahead and put some seal on here. Maybe even a little bit on the envelope just to make sure it doesn't fall off. And then the wings need dimensionals. So I'm going to grab my black ones again. Put one on that one and then put one right next to it. Let me close this up. Get back your dove. I'm going to take your pick tool, take the backings off. Well, thanks, Jacqueline. I'm glad you're liking the cards. Glad you could join us. I don't think I've seen your name before. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to put this at an angle. And I want to make sure I don't cover up my heartfelt prayer, of course. And I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and push that down. There we go. Now I am going to put some of the those Hues of Blue Flowers. And this time I'm going to use the Secret Sea ones. So I'm going to grab a big one. And I'm going to put it, sometimes I think it's easier without the take your pick tool when they're flat like this. I'm going to put a big one right here, and a small Secret C one next to it, kind of at an angle. And grab another small one. I'm going to put it down here on the label. There we go. I didn't do the inside yet. Almost forgot that. Grab my basic white piece, 5 1/4 by 4. And the kit will have one more piece of the same. So it's the same pattern that's on the front. This is a 5 by 3/4 inch. Some adhesive on here. And because this is shorter, you look at this, I had made this shorter than the basic beige layer to have a little border there. I'm going to do the same thing on here. See, which way do I like that? I think I like it better that way. So I'm centering it on the bottom of the basic white piece. So the side border and the bottom is about the same width. And now I can put this on the inside of the card. This will go right inside. Okay, there we go. So there is card number 3. So let me grab all my cards. So this was the first card for the class. I'm sorry, first card, second card, and the last card. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love all the blues. So if you like Christmas cards that aren't the traditional red and green, I still love the red and green. But these will give you a variety. And like I said, this could still be a Christmas card. You can use, if you don't think that DSP looks like Christmas, you can use one of the other designs and use that piece on earth would fit in that label because it's the same one as this and make a really pretty Christmas. And I don't think I would do the envelope. You can, but I'd probably do the vine. If I wanted to have something, I could use that same the same cloud cover piece of cardstock in the kit and use the vine instead. So I hope you guys enjoyed that class. Oh, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you liked them. Thanks, Jacqueline. Thanks, Anne. I love the blues. They're so pretty. And I love the little splash that they had in the basic beige. I really like basic beige with the Secret C. That looks so pretty. That's a color combo I'm definitely going to have to remember. And then I like the pecan pie too with it. I think I really like those two together. Thanks, Marlene. Thanks, Tracy. I think I always said hi. Thanks, Tracy. But if I didn't, I want to make sure I did. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Oh, hi, Karen Smith. I don't think I said hi to you. Thanks, Robin. I like the sparkly dove. Yes, I do too. He looks so pretty. So those are 3 different ways. You can do different ways with the doves too. But just do the basic white, or you can have the white doves and add a little ink to the edges, or do a glimmer one. I think I've actually done a glimmer one with the lighter glimmer paper, the one I think it looks more like cloud cover, but they call it soft green. I think that looks really good with that dove too. I forgot this bundle, actually the whole suite. When you're a demonstrator, there's an annual online event for demonstrators only called Creativity Now. They do it usually in June. It's like the second or third week in June. I think it's usually third week in June. And they always pick out a suite that's going to come out in the upcoming September to December mini catalog. And this was the suite they picked out. So I've actually had this suite since May because I signed up for the Creativity Now. So we made some cards during that. I think 4 or 5. I can't remember. It's been a while ago. And I meant to grab those and show those to you, but you at least see these. So I hope you like those. So what I'm going to do, I'll talk about the door prize real quick. There's always that major delay, usually about a minute delay. So I'm going to tell you about the door prize for those of you that came on late. If you live in the United States and want to be part of the door prize drawing, then you need to type in #door prize. If you typed it in during this video already, you are good. You don't have to do it again. But you have to type it in just like you see on the screen. #door prize, one word, no spaces at all, and do all small letters. That way, the program that picks the winner will take your comment. It has to be typed in just right so it recognizes that. And then it will draw the winner here in just a minute. What I'm going to do, this card and this card will be drawn here tonight. So you watch live, you get more chances to win. Especially if I do 3 cards, you get a lot more chances to win. You got 3 chances to win instead of just 2. So you'll get a chance to win this one and a chance to win this one. Now, those of you that win here tonight will not be in the drawing for this one. I only allow you to win 1 card per live video. So these are the two that I'll draw here in a minute. That did hashtag door prize here tonight. And remember, you do have to live in the US to be able to enter. And then this one, this is for everybody that does not win here tonight that's watching live that did the hashtag door prize, plus anybody that watches the replay between now and noon Eastern time. If it's not next Tuesday, it'll be the Tuesday after. I'm going back and forth on whether I'm going to do a live next week since that's a Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It depends on everything. Thanksgiving is happening at my mom and dad's, but I've got a few things I got to get ready too. So we'll see how that goes. So if it's not next Tuesday, it'll be noon Eastern time the following Tuesday. I'll keep you posted. So make sure you get that hashtag door prize in if you want to win one of these cards. Now, because there's that delay, I want to make sure everybody hasn't had a chance to do it, gets time to get that hashtag door prize in. So I'm going to tell you about my thank you gifts. So I get this little ticker up. I do thank you gifts for everybody that places orders through me. And the very first thank you gift, now you have got my thank you gifts just started today. They always, well, not always, but most of the time they are 2 weeks long. My thank you gifts are. So you have until Monday, December 1st, the end of the day, your time zone. So 11:59 p.m. your time zone, Monday, December 1st. You've got until that time to place your orders. What I do, any orders placed between today and the end of the day, December 1st, I add those orders up to determine what thank you gifts you earn. So you don't have to do it all in one order. You can spread them out a little bit over those 2 weeks. Now, the prices I'm going to tell you, I'm only going to say this once, so I don't have to keep repeating it. The total is after you redeem any Stampin' Rewards and before shipping and taxes added on. So if you place a total of $60 in that 2 weeks, then you will get the card kits to make 2 each of these cards. Okay. And you will get a PDF with all the sizes. That's exclusive to those that order and earn the kit, plus my team. My team gets all my exclusive videos and PDFs. The kits come with 2 rows of the flowers. And you saw I didn't use a ton. I used the Secret Sea and the cloud cover ones. So you're going to not use any of the white or the Misty Moonlight on these cards. So you're going to have some embellishments left over. And the embossing I did on these 2 cards, I will do the embossing for you. I won't be doing any die cutting this time because all of the die cutting is done with that bundle. I will give you the cardstock to do it with, and you can use any bundle you want. You do not have to use mine. You can substitute with whatever you have on hand. So that's with the $60 order. If you do $120 worth of orders during that time, those 2 weeks, then this is card kits galore. I said this on my email today. If you are a subscriber to my email, then you have seen these 2 cards. Well, actually, you have not seen this card yet. If you just signed up today, then you've seen both cards. I am now doing exclusive written tutorials for those that are on my email list. Once again, my team members get these automatically. But if you are subscribed to my newsletter, you've already got the tutorial to make this card. And I meant to send this one today, forgot to. I will send this in the next day or 2, probably tomorrow, the tutorial for this card. Now, if you place a $120 order, I want to give you another 6 cards that you can make. So these, since I only had time to make 2 cards this go around, you will get enough to make 3 of each card. I will do the embossing for you, and I'll do the die cutting for this little label because that comes from the Nested Essentials dies. These 2 are now. On this one, this is the Gingerbread Man bundle, and then this one features everything that's in the Traditions of Christmas suite. Now, these 2 labels are part of the. They're 2 bundles. It's a mega suite. So what I'm going to do, I will go ahead and die cut those labels because those are pretty easy to cut. But like this one was done with the Christmas Greenery bundle that's in the suite, and that you need to stamp and die cut. So I will not die cut that. But like I said, you can always, any of my card kits, you can substitute with anything else you have on hand. You can just use the cardstock that I give you. So just a quick recap, $60 order will get you the kit to make 2 each of these, of these 3 cards that I just did tonight. And then these 2 cards here from the exclusive tutorials, you'll get the supplies to make 3 each of the cards so you can get your 6. That's with the $120 worth of order. So if you do a $120 order in those 2 weeks, you are going to have, let's see here, 12 cards. And they can all be Christmas. Like I said, change that up and you can have 12 Christmas cards all ready to go for Christmas. Get you going. All right. And if you don't have these tutorials, if you didn't get this one and you haven't, because you haven't signed up to my email, look down. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, look down in the video description. There's a link to my signing up to my newsletter. If I don't have that listed individually, click the one that says my social media links and you'll find it on that list. Sign up for my newsletter there. And you'll automatically, after that, once you sign up, you'll get an email with a link to both of these tutorials. If you're watching on Facebook, click that Learn More button at the top, then click on the Sign Up for My Newsletter link. And when you do that, you'll get an email a few minutes later with the tutorials in that email. All right. If you have any questions, there is a thank you gifts page, because you're probably not going to remember all that. I know I wouldn't. Just click on the thank you gifts link down the video description on YouTube under the Learn More button on Facebook, and you can get all the information here. If you click on that thank you gifts page after December 1st, then you will see my thank you gifts that I'm offering then. All right, that should have given you guys plenty of time to get your hashtag door prize in. So I'm gonna get these out of the way. That took a little longer than normal. And just so you know, for those that live because of Stampin' Up! Rules, only those that live in the USA can order from me. So that this offer is only for those of you that live in the US. Okay, now it's time for door prizes. Let's see here. Let's see, Crystal's wanting another stamp set. Are you talking about the traditions of Christmas? Yes, I did mention both of them. The Christmas Greenery is the image one for the traditions of Christmas, and then the traditional labels is this one that has the sentiments and these label dies. So yeah, there are two in that traditional Christmas one. Now this suite only has one. Okay. Thanks, Karen. I'm glad you like those two cards, all the cards. All righty. Oh, thanks, Marissa. She says, magnifique. I'm glad you like them. All right. So now I'm going to do the drawing for those that live in the US. I'm going to take the little ticker down, but I'll leave the door prize on there. So I should have given everybody a chance that lives in the US that wants to win one of these cards to do hashtag door prize. So right now I'll do the drawing for this one. I better grab my Post-it notes again and my pencil. Get this set up because I didn't get it set up a minute ago, but it just takes a second. All right, so I'm going to count to 3 and we'll see who's going to win this card. So 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Debbie. I get your name here. I do know that you have never won before. At least I don't recognize your name. Congratulations for winning. So what you need to do, it says you are on YouTube. So look down in the video description. Let me go ahead and take this down quick. Look down in the video description and you'll find a contact me link. Click on that and you can give me your mailing address and I'll get this mailed out to you. So hopefully you're still watching. So congratulations, Debbie. I'm glad you won. So Debbie McCauley won this one. Okay, now it is time to do this one. So Debbie will not win. Now, if her name pops up, that happened last week. Christy ended up popping up twice. So I'll do it again if hers pops up, and it probably won't. So now I'm going to count to 3, and we'll do the second card. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Christy. I definitely have your address. And I know how to spell your name because you spell it just like me. There's so many different ways to do Christy, but we both spell it the same way. We spell it the right way, by the way. Okay, so congratulations, Christy. It's been a while since you've won. So I will mail this out to you. I've got your address, so you're set. And then just come back. My next live, if it's not next Tuesday because of Thanksgiving, it'll be the following Tuesday. If you've done the hashtag door prize here tonight and if in the replay, then you'll get in the drawing for this card and I'll announce the winner to that in either next week or 2 weeks from tonight. And it will be 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I will keep you posted when I make my decision. We'll see how this week goes. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Christy. I'm glad you won. And I hope that Debbie was watching, but if not, I'll try to tag her. We'll see if I can get hold of her. Hopefully we'll get that taken care of. Okay, I am done for tonight. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. If I don't do a live next week, I hope you guys have a blessed Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great time. Remember everything you're thankful for. And I will see you in the next live. And hopefully I'll have a couple recorded videos. I'm hoping to get some more. You hear me say this every week. I always want to do more recorded lives, and I've run out of time making cards. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. I wish I could do more making cards. I'm always doing computer stuff. So, oh, you're welcome, Karen. All right. And if I missed your comment, or if you had a question and I missed answering it during the live, I will go back and answer it after the live's over. So I'll see you guys all either next week or the week after. Bye.